I had high hopes that the last video was going to be my last one for you, but I started talking gobbledygook. So, okay, let's start in measure 146. Here I go. I should do this tomorrow, but I want to get this done. Okay, 146, you're going to start on the D string, and then you're going to switch to the G string. Does that make sense? So you're going to start here from the thing you had before in 145. It just has to sound like you're jamming. Sollima's really big into jamming. He gets into it. So, and then we stay on the D string for all of this stuff in the 148. And I use harmonics as much as I can. Then you go to the A string for the last three. And then hop over to the G and D string. I mean, I slurred it all, but you follow the bowings that are there. So that, all those 16th notes are going to be on the D string. And then later, 152 is where I am now. Here, you're going to be a 3 on the A flat. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take 1, replace 2, and that's where your high F will be. I mean, well, that's going to be. I'm so sorry. That's not the rhythm at all. And then just really, really high, whatever you do. You can go to the A string if you. And then we're in this next section, which is super, super fun. I like this section. I changed a little bit on that I've written, and I'll explain it to you. The top part will go. So if we try it without the open strings, and bottom part, I'm just gonna. Yours is actually harder to read because you're on the bottom. Bottom's always harder to read, but I'm just gonna do the top part, and you'll figure it out. But let's just do the rhythm. So play with me, just the notes. That part. Okay, here we go. 155. 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3 and. Does that make sense? And then what happens in 157, where it says DD, there the top part will go. So just play harmonic D. It says G, but just play harmonic D on the top part. And then you'll go on for the bottom part. And there you will play the G's. And then you'll go back to first position. Well, I mean, you might have been in first position already, but. Okay. Now, when we get for the top part, it gets a little dicey in 162. I wrote a fingering there. It works best for my hand. Doesn't mean it will work best for yours, but let me walk you through that one. So pickups to 162 go, and 1 on D, and then 1 on F, and then it was easier for me to just go. For that G sharp A, just do 3-3. Okay, and then after that, everything else from in the next section should be self-explanatory or repeat. And then 172, you're just gonna go way up on the G string. You're just gonna go like, just like go nuts. And then when it has a stem up and a stem down on the D's, you'll play 2 strings. And sometimes, and just when you do this, just try to get to G sharp at the end of that slide and just make sure that you're counting. And then we're at measure 200, we're back at the other melody. So that's it. Did it. Got through it. Okay, I hope that I didn't say anything wrong. I'm really super excited to hear you all play this. I chose you all carefully for this first part because I know you can do it. And it doesn't mean that it's not going to go without some work and some time, but once you get it, it's going to be, I'm hoping that it'll be really gratifying work. Since it's written by a cellist, it's like, I really love playing these cellist composers. And when they're not a cellist composer, I like arranging things like the Prokofiev. So I hope you enjoy working on this. But if you have trouble with it, please see your teacher. You're also welcome to have a lesson with me on this online if you're having trouble with it. But I think you all can. If you can play your concertos, you can figure this out. And thank you. Thank you for taking the time to put into this. Thank you ahead of time. You haven't done it yet, but thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you in Ithaca.